My name is Tom Musili. I am the founder and director of the Weee Center. Weee Center stands for West Electrical and Electronic Equipment Center. We are based here at Mehano, Embakasi East. As you know, I am the founder director of Computers for Schools Kenya. And by the year 2007, we had deployed over 80,000 computers to schools. And then there was the challenge of what will happen to these computers when they become obsolete. As you know, they were donated and the lifespan was between 3 to 5 years. We had to think of what to do with this end-of-life equipment. And we started dismantling them and storing them because we didn't know what to do. So the idea behind the recycling was due to the need to handle end-of-life equipment, which we had supplied through Computers for Schools Kenya. I had gone to other countries like US, Canada, and Belgium, and I knew that time e-waste will become a big challenge to our country. So in our small way, we started doing recycling until 2012 is when we were joined by partners who understood the dangers of electronic waste, and we got funding to start the facility here. So since that time, we have been progressing with the proper handling of electronic waste. This one is a testing bench and the recording. We record the data of all the equipment, where the equipment is coming from, the serial numbers, and then we give a report to the source of the equipment. And we also give a certificate to show that the organization or that individual has disposed their electronics in a proper manner that is friendly to the environment and taking care of human health. So that data is very important. Now the equipment comes onto this bench. Here is destruction, is separation to different fractions. And these fractions range from plastic, metal, motherboards, circuit boards, cables, all that. So after separation, we have different compartments where we keep them. We have the hard disks, we have the circuit boards, we have the DVD drives, we have the cables, power supplies, the plastic is put in there, metal is here, aluminium is here, we have small like printer rods kept here, and the small items they are put in these different compartments, including batteries. Then from here, I'm taking you to to show you what we do with the different fractions. Initially, it was not a business idea. It was handling a situation, an environmental issue. But with the time, we discovered it can be business because there is the issue of collection. There is the issue of dismantling, there is the issue of recycling, and those changes you can create jobs. And there are fractions that are valuable, you can make money. You can only make money if you have volumes. And so the challenge we have here is volumes, because individuals, corporates, and even government not properly sensitized to know how to dispose this equipment properly. Now it's a very viable business, especially in Europe, in developed countries, because there is the EPR, Equipment Producer Responsibility. Corporates that produce this equipment, they pay a levy towards recycling. People who are selling the equipment, they pay a levy towards recycling. And then the recycling is sustainable. But here the challenge is there is no levy paid, so there is no support from to recyclers like us, and we are the biggest and the only licensed recycler. This is our small workshop where we install software for computers going to schools. We also repair computers that are broken or not working from schools. They are repaired here. We also install software, computers coming from local donations like our corporates. That's why we have this machine, to make sure the hard disk is clean thoroughly, there is no data. And in case we want to kill it, we can also use this machine to kill. These are some of the engineers who work here. These guys can do anything from repairing to assembling and also to destroying. They have all the skills. So this is where we load software for the computers going to schools, and the 40 computers come here for repair. It's a durable business. You can sustain the business if you have volumes. And in doing the business, it's a social business. You address the environment, you create jobs, and you make money. And the other thing also, you use the resource. This is for a computer, this is for a monitor, this is for a tablet, and then we shred to small particles. Yeah. Now this one we mix with soft plastic from the cables, and we make fencing posts. We have learned through other partners, and we are perfected because we have all the standards, ISO 9001, ISO 14001, and we follow the international standards. So what I'm trying to say, if handled well with a lot of support from the government through regulations, is sustainable. You can employ people. You can also get local resources and make money. The fine product is mixed with the cement, and we are able to make concrete blocks and cabros like this. And this one, you cannot break it. It's very strong. So we make sure that whatever comes from the glass is used locally. The next fraction that's also very difficult to handle is the cables. The cables like this one. Unless you burn this cable, you cannot get the copper out of it. And when you burn, you are exposing people to carbon monoxide. So we have a machine that strips the cable. It separates the cable from the copper, and you have pure copper. This is pure copper. Now, those are 3 fractions done. The CRT monitors, the cables, the glass, those are 3. Now, a CFSK, or Computers for Schools Kenya, is a mother of the Weee Center, because we started Weee Center from Computers for Schools Kenya. And then after that, we started CFSA Institute also to do training. So the relationship is that Weee Center came from Computers for Schools Kenya, but we had to register it separately. And the reason was you require many licenses to do electronic waste. Environmental licenses, shipping licenses, handling hazard equipment, as dangerous equipment, transboundary licenses, and considering CFSK is a charity, we could not get licenses through CFSK, so we had to register Weee Center as a separate entity to qualify for those licenses. The main aim of CFSK is to support this country in teaching and learning using technology. We have over 420,000 computers in schools and learning institutions across, from primary to university. And we have reached over 12,000 learning institutions across the country. And we have trained so many teachers, principals and teachers, IT teachers, and even normal teachers on how to use computers for teaching. So the work is to empower our learning system, this country, using technology. And now is the right time now. During this time, those who have been trained and they have the equipment, they will be ahead of others, because now that's the new normal to use technology for learning. The tablets we assemble here, and then our tablets, we have a carrying case. We carry them with this box. And this box is, we also charge inside there. The box can be moved. It has wheels. You can go with it to the classroom for purposes of security, and make sure they are safe and they are charged in the box. We have the desktops. These are ready to go to the school. This is what we take to schools. We prefer taking with the big screens. The reason is that we want two students to share one computer, and this big screen will be very ideal for sharing. And it's very easy to learn as they challenge each other. In 2002, 2003, there were no computers in government offices. And I was talking about giving computers to schools. So no one could listen to me. So what helped me is to put in my board very respected people. One being Dr. Geoff Griffin of Starehe, Michael Joseph of Safaricom, Edan Mohammed of Barclays then, who is a CS now, Peter Lewis of HP. We had Jonathan Somen of Access Kenya. John Mututo was a businessman that time, and he became the first chairman. And then Peter Getao was working for the NGO sector, because we wanted that input on how we can fundraise. So that was the biggest challenge, to start something new. We have UPS batteries, we have car batteries, we have all type of batteries. This is a way to store them. So we are able to recycle what we can locally here, and what we cannot recycle, we have our partners in Europe where we send for further proper recycling. So we have many tons of batteries, but as you see in the next room, we are able to recover batteries and make other products, and that way we do not have to ship everything. The three things that inspire me when I'm coming to work. One, I can say I love serving humanity. So if I'm going to think to help people acquire knowledge or to help this country solve the issue of dumping, I'll wake up anytime. The other thing is the commitment of the staff I see here makes me have that energy to come. I love environment, and that's why you have not seen any wooden fence or most of the thing, all in our building. We don't use wooden materials. That will show how we love trees. Even if there is a wooden, like the table here, this one was imported and donated to us. So we take care. I love environment, and that's where even with challenges at Weee Center, I am able to move on with my team. All the buildings here are container converted buildings. From Starehe Boys Center, we went to National Youth Service because Grievin started us, and I was following. He's the one who started the National Youth Service, so we went there. So from National Youth Service, we decided to move here, and we did not have money. So Kenya Airways gave me 4 containers, Computerate took 2 containers, Unilever 2 containers, and we put together the tall container building there. And we discovered these containers can make a very serious office or workshop. And considering we are not, we don't like cutting trees or using wooden materials, we decided to build other areas, workshop, classrooms, offices, using containers. Number one, they are very easy to convert because they are ready. Number two, they are very safe. Unless you come with a welding machine to cut the metal, you cannot get in. And then number three, in case you want to move, they are very movable. You can remove them and relocate them to other place. And then finally is a way of recycling all the computer containers. Otherwise, it's very difficult to recycle a container. You have to cut it into pieces and take to metals recyclers, which is very expensive. It's a matter of innovation. And in a country where we are challenged with resources, it's also important to use any available resource instead of discarding it to the environment. Yeah, we are able to recover batteries. We use this machine to check whether they can still be used. Surprisingly, 90% of the batteries we throw away are useful. And this machine will be used for checking and charging. And we can charge those batteries to the normal capacity and they reuse. Now, what I want to tell the young people who are starting business, and I would like to encourage many to do so. Like here, we are supporting 630 small startups across the country by empowering them with the ICT, entrepreneurship, and even equipment and training. Is to tell them to be committed in what they do and to be serious, and not to see challenges but see opportunities. As for my case, what I've said, starting computers for schools Kenya was impossible because of the situation then, and starting Weee Center was also difficult. But it's also very fulfilling when you do a difficult task and you succeed. So I'm happy now. The government has embraced the technology, and now we are ahead as compared to other African countries in terms of ICT penetration. In East and Central Africa, we are leading. I'm happy that we train other African countries here on how to handle electronic waste. And now we have come together, 15 countries formed an alliance, and I'm the chair of the alliance. So that makes me also happy and proud. So it's also, for young people, it's also important to cut a niche and do something differently. When you see someone selling bananas along the road, look for something different that can complement that. You know, if somebody takes a banana, might need water or might need tea. So you put something different to complement that. Also, be innovative and think of something new, or something that is not being done by other people. That will add value to the people around you, to the country at large, and to yourself to bring income.
Also, the machine has an interface where I can see how the batteries are performing at each stage. For example, now the purple ones, the blue ones, they are already charged and they are dead, so I cannot use these cells. I'm still waiting for the others to complete charging so that I can know which cells I can use later. From this process, we now sort, get the good batteries, make sure they're working, and then our final product is something like this. These are called a battery essential or EcoStore that can power solar systems like solar lights, solar pumps, and also DC equipment.
This you don't throw batteries into your backyard, think that you are making manure. It's very dangerous. It contains lead, and lead is very dangerous. So we are able to make battery packs for charging, for using in our homes instead of using batteries. My life now is very relaxed because I have a very dedicated team. So I come to the office maybe twice a week. The other days I'm either at my upcountry home doing small farming or attending to board meetings. I'm in several boards. So my time is very flexible. I don't have a fixed time. I'm not saying I have reached. I'm saying I have been able to plan how to live. Because when you start an organization or your business or family business, it's good to build people, to develop people who can manage, who can do it for you, and just oversee and be available for consultation. But not to do one thing from when you left school until you retire and die. There has to be gaps and handover to other people. So that's also a challenge to people who have been clinging to their businesses and who don't want to leave employment for others. We are many and we need to leave opportunity for other people, and since you have experience, look for other things to do.